everyone. Breakfast Intellectual Bites is back again. After a very long break, we are back with great episodes, great people, and very interesting discussions. That's why we invite you to follow us on Facebook to see people that will share interesting facts about one concept that we are going to start speaking today. Today's discussion, I would like to start with a story. Then I think that you have heard about the idea that love can move mountains. And although this is physically quite not possible, but there was a person who was very close to it. Then once upon a time, there lived a person in a village, a small one, and in order to get to a town, he was supposed to climb up the hill and get there. Once his wife got seriously sick and he was supposed to get medical assistance for her, but it was very difficult to get it. That's why, unfortunately, his wife died. But he had a mission when she died. He said that he's going to make a path to facilitate the path to get medical assistance for the other people that lived in the village. All the people from the village mocked at him and ridiculed for his mission, but his dedication and willpower made him achieve his goal. In 22 years, he carved the path and he reduced the distance from 55 kilometers to 15 kilometers. Have you ever thought that Earth is namely a place for us to learn that we need each other much more than we want to admit? Namely, today's discussion is going to be about love and care for the others, and namely about service learning. And all the episodes that are going to follow are going to be about service learning, and they are going to be connected to a project that is called American Visions and Values through Service Learning in the Republic of Moldova, that is funded by the Department of State through the American Embassy in the Republic of Moldova, and is implemented by a great number of institutions. Alegro Sobol State University, and a great number of educational institutions from the northern and central part of Moldova. I would like, first of all, to tell you what service learning is, and I'm sure that many of you know, and maybe you have already implemented service learning in your schools. Then service learning is a set of theories and practices to make the kid be a part of the society. Then we want our kids to be engaged citizens. The service learning has many forms. Then I'm going to mention three forms. The direct form, when, for example, the kids are told, I help to tutor, or they go and they work with the patient. We have indirect service when we teach the kids to do something behind the scenes, and advocacy. Today's discussion is going to be with the representatives of both community, and namely with those people that have accepted the challenge to be a part of the project, and the volunteers who are on the path to become engaged citizens. Then I'm very honored to present the guest of today's discussion. That's Valeria Trofimova. That's Nicoleta Baggage, Pascal Elina, and Anton Mihaela. Hello, ladies, and thank you so much that you have accepted to be a part of today's episode of Breakfast Intellectual Bites.
Hello.
Hello.
Good evening. Thank you.
Okay, hello. Then, first of all, would you like to tell us what is your idea of service learning? Because the project started about 5 weeks ago. Okay, do you have already the concept ready, or still you're thinking and you are getting to the concept of service learning? Okay, Valeria, yeah.
So, for me, what I think about this service learning is that Service learning is more student-based activity. It consists of different forms of community service. And one of the more common forms is volunteering, of course. While participating, I have found the beauty of service learning. It is a selfless activity and something real and concrete is occurring here. So this is my opinion.
Thank you so much. Mihaela, could you share your opinion about the concept of service learning and the way, you see it?
Okay. For me, the idea of service learning is an activity or activities that are addressed to community. Service learning engages people in the needs of society. Service learning involves any helping activity. I think so.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, you are right. Nicoleta.
Okay, hello. As for me, service learning is an approach, as you said, where its participants learn something in classroom or online, as in our case is, and at the same time, volunteers are involved in activities that help their partner to deepen his or her understanding of what is being taught. And in my case, the participants learn more about techniques, subjects, matter designed especially for pupils. Pupil in my case whose learning needs cannot be met by a standard school curriculum. By school curriculum.
Okay, thank you so much, Nicolette. And we have one more teacher that represents Balt's community, Elena.
Hello. I think that service learning is different from simply volunteering because, first of all, it is academically based, giving students an opportunity to apply their classroom knowledge to a community project. Moreover, it gives an active learning opportunity to gain practical and critical thinking skills. And of course, the most important thing is that this opportunity can bring power to our voice.
Okay, thank you so much. Then generally, I'm supposed to give a kind of clarification to the people who are following us right now. Our idea of service learning implementation in the Republic of Moldova is to make the kids help contribute to the well-being of the kids with special needs. Then all the ladies that you see today and that have accepted the challenge to participate in today's discussion, they help the volunteers to prepare activities for the work with kids with special needs. Okay, thank you so much. Then tell us, please, who will benefit from service learning? Namely, making
I may say that.
Project. Great.
Can I say? Okay. So everybody will benefit in a way from service learning. First, the volunteer, as he will gain experience and patience working with special need child, and the special need child will benefit gaining knowledge, skills, and self-confidence, which is very important for a child. So this is, and me, of course, experience from this project.
And both the volunteers and the beneficiaries will take benefits from this kind of get together and enjoying the time together. Valeria, what is your opinion? Who will take advantage of these meetings?
Service learning, I think that will benefit all the participants. First of all, students will gain new skills, knowledge, self-confidence, which are very important nowadays. Special kids will gain satisfaction from these activities, which will help them easily gain new knowledge from the different domains in their future life. It will destroy in them the fear of not being like everyone else. It will awaken their sense of dignity. And for teachers, speaking about the teachers, I think that they will be proud of their students, of course, and will have a great satisfaction of participation in service process.
Okay, thank you so much. Mihaela, do you think that there will be other people who are going to take advantage of this meeting except the beneficiary and the volunteer?
No, I can say that all the people can benefit from service learning. Students, school, and also their family, parents, because
Okay.
they will learn a lot of new things, and I don't know, they meet new peoples.
Okay, thank you so much. You are almost right. Could you tell us, was there a certain principle that you have taken into account while selecting volunteers for the project? Nicoleta, are there any certain
Yes,
principles
yes.
that you have taken into account?
Yes, I can answer. If you mean the volunteer, I selected him accordingly to his desire and will to participate in this project. The same I can tell about the special need child. I first asked the parents whether they agree with this idea or not, and then I involved him in this project.
Oh, okay, then motivation and desire, that's the first principle that stood at the basis
Yes.
of the selection process. Okay, thank you so much. Valeria, have you used any other principle for the selection procedure?
So I have used, as well as Mrs. Bagic. So I have chosen the pupils according to their desire, of course, to participate in this project. Fortunately, we have active and communicative pupils in school. I only
Good.
told them all the aspects about the project, and they immediately agreed to participate here. I think that the biggest reason for them was a great desire to communicate to someone else, to have a great will to do something useful to the others. It drives them and helps them cope successfully with all challenges in learning process. And as a result, I have two volunteers of different ages and a ninth grade a person who accomplishing her mission perfectly, and I think it's nice.
Great. Then that's great if you have, a great number of volunteers, a great number of people who want to become volunteers. Thank you so much. Elena?
So it was a really difficult choice for me because I really believe that every kid deserves it. You need to be trained this concept of service learning. But I decided to select exactly these students because while working with them, I observed that they really like to take part in different projects and they always try to do their best. And my main goal is to show them that everything is possible and try to motivate them to become more self-confident and to realize that their opinion really matters a lot.
Okay, thank you so much. Mihaela?
I think a good volunteer should be responsible, flex, creative, to have energy, to have ability to learn, and I think to learn quickly, and
Okay.
also to have ability to solve a problem if we have, and
Okay.
to be friendly.
Okay. Should the volunteers be extroverts? That means sociable in order to have success or to find the common language with the kid with special needs? What do you think? From those 5 years, 5 months, 5 weeks of project implementation, do you think that in order to become a volunteer, you're supposed to be an extrovert or you can be an introvert? Elena?
I think that volunteer should be an extrovert because it's very important to make his or her voice heard and to gain this experience. And of course, volunteers should be more sociable in order to speak and to.
Okay, in order to find the common language with the kid with special needs. Okay, Valeria, are your volunteers introverts or extroverts?
Of course, extroverts, because they have already this sense of collaboration, of interaction with someone else, of communication. They like to communicate to other people and to help them, of course. And it's nice.
Great. Nicoletta, do you have extroverts as volunteers?
Mine is extrovert too. He found common language very easily with the child, and thank you for this, and because
okay,
it was very nice.
As far as I know, then you are supposed to train the volunteer first. That means you are supposed to discuss upon the activity, upon the structure, upon the materials to be used. How do you generally do it? How do you train the volunteers in such a way that the volunteers really contribute to the well-being of the kids with special needs? Mihaela.
Okay.
Together we organize the structure of our activity. We choose the topic, creative ideas, we choose materials. Through discussion, we can say different, I don't know, interesting ideas for our child. We have a good boy, but how to say, he is very quiet and
he's an introvert, I think.
And
he's
speak very I don't know. For the beginning, he doesn't speak with us, but during the process, we have a good dialogue with him.
Okay, I'm very happy that you really managed to, in a way, persuade the kid that we really want to become friends. Okay, thank you so much. Nicoletta.
So first, so how I work with my volunteer. So first, we set goals. There are lots of steps in between. I may say that we may consider some keywords, and it should be connected to the curriculum. I think it's compulsory to be connected to the curriculum, and that means it should contain curriculum content to practical tasks, so pupils learn by doing it very easily. And then I help the volunteer to reflect on his experience, and then we share our experience together in a final lesson.
Okay, thank you, great. Valeria, how do you train your volunteers?
So first of all, I always support my volunteer in everything. She always has a great desire to do a lot of cool activities for kids. Before the activity takes place, she consults with me and we decide what types of activities will be the best for special kids. For this, she prepares all the activity stages. It seems to me that she feels somehow, I don't know how, what exactly a kid needs, and she does the preparation very well. I only help her to select the best variants. So,
okay, great. Then you have a very curious and creative volunteers. Yeah. Okay, curious and creative volunteers. Okay, it's very difficult to find creative and curious volunteers today, and I'm very happy that you have found such pupils. Elena, how do you train your volunteers?
For example, first of all, I always try to motivate her by showing how meaningful, important, and useful all this work is. Working together, we always try to choose the material for our activities to make them more interesting and valuable for all of us. And well-being and fun are the most important objectives for our activities. And I really believe that our main benefit is our hard work, which undoubtedly develops us.
Okay. Let's see, could you share an activity that you believe was the most successful? And there is a question connected to the activity. Do you see the activities as lessons, or I don't know, something else? Valeria.
Of course, the activity is not a lesson. So I would like to share our activity, which was
Okay. We're going to be very grateful.
Yes. When we have learned, for example, greetings in English with a special kid, we used a concept of practical experience in our activity. To introduce special kid in the topic, my volunteers used some interesting videos with all kinds of greetings. After this, it wasn't necessary to translate all the greetings into Romanian for them. So, because our special kid had already understood them easily, he only needs to practice them. So the next stage was when, during the break, he was walking in the hall of school and was greeting all of his friends and the teachers as well. So, and they really were surprising for this. But it was cool and we were really happy of this result. Then he came at home. He did the same with his family members. Thus, they were really grateful to volunteers that their kid had such a great result. So, and till today, when we have these meetings, he always greets us only in English. And I think
that's great. Could you tell us how old is the kid with special needs?
He is 10 years old. And
he is 10 years old. Okay.
And, I have as well a kid who is in the 9th grade. It means that he is 15.
Okay, thank you so much.
As well as results. Yes.
Okay, thank you greatly. Then I really believe that, I don't know, I hope that the volunteers are extremely satisfied with the great work that they generally do. Michaela, could you share your activity, one of your activities, the activities that the volunteers generally implement?
We have an interesting activity about school supplies.
Okay.
We watch a video, and my volunteer give some school supplies, and he need to guess these objects, and he need to draw these objects. For him was interesting.
Michaela, could you tell us what activities are the most efficient? Those, because as far as I can understand, you have a mixture of formats. You have different formats. You perform the activities online and face-to-face. What format is the most efficient?
The most efficient is face-to-face because he likes to drawing, to do something, but he needs to see this way, how to make this way.
Okay, then it's easier for the kid to understand the whole procedure. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. Yes. Nicoleta, Elena, could you share your activity and then we go to Nicoleta?
Yes, of course. For example, when we try to learn something new, it is always based on a game form. So when we first started to talk about colors, first of all, we watched the video and repeated these colors a lot of times in order to memorize them better. And then we learned these colors by drawing sketch notes. Kids really love sketch notes. It brings a lot of fun and gives students the whole image for visual association. And at the end of our activity, during the break, looking at others' students' clothing, we named these colors by asking several questions. For example, what color is his t-shirt or what color is his skirt? And this activity really helped him to memorize all these colors better, faster, and easier.
Elena, could you tell us, does the selection of the is the selection of the activities connected to the curriculum?
I try to do it, and for example, I use different techniques, methods, and we choose the material for our lessons. For example, speaking about methods, they always based on the game form. We call it. I mean, coloring, watching some different videos, or repeating different words, and there are some techniques: collaboration, interaction, student leadership, and of course, communication. The most important.
Okay, thank you so much. Nicoletta, could you share one of the activities that you believe was a success with the kid with special needs?
Yeah, last
According
time we
to the
tried
idea.
to.
Okay, according to the
Okay, last
on.
time we tried
Sorry.
to make a thank you note for his mother for the Thanksgiving Day. It took, though it took a lot of time, but it was a success, I guess, because he liked it, first of all, and we were tired with the volunteer watching him doing that, but it was a success for him.
Okay, thank you so much. Now, our discussion is going to be continued. Then this discussion will continue, but we are going to have the volunteers who are going to share their opinions. Okay, then we have in here the volunteers. And the first one is Daniel. The second is Alexandra, Valeria, and one more Alexandra. Hello, everyone. Hopefully that the people are going to switch on the cameras. Okay, hello. They had to wait for half an hour while we had the discussion with the teachers. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being in here. We are so happy to have you here today as a part of the discussion and as a part of the first episode of Breakfast Intellectual Bites after a long break. Let me introduce our volunteers first. We have Daniel, we have Alexandra, Valeria, and Alexandra. They all represent BELS community. Hello, everyone, once again.
Hello.
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 Could you tell us, do you like your partner working with or the kids that you're working with? Daniel.
Yes, of course. I like my partner. He is very nice, and it's a pleasure to work with him.
Okay, I'm very happy to hear that. Valeria. Valeria, I'm sorry, we can't hear you.
Yes, I like to work with my partners because we understand each other very well, and in our learning process, we have a good results.
Oh, okay. Could you tell us his or her name? What's the name of your partner?
My partner's name is Catalina and Vlad.
Okay, then you have two partners, a boy and a girl. Great. Alexandra, do you like your partner or partners?
Yes,
yes, I do. He's very kind and gives me positive energy.
Okay, what's the name of your partner?
Dragos.
Okay, we have one Alexandra more.
Yes, I like work with my partner because it's very fun. I like to work with him, and his name is Dan.
Okay, great. Could you tell us what feelings do you generally experience when you play with your partner? Because I'm sure that you generally play with your partners. Am I right? Daniel, what feelings do you generally experience when, leading the activity?
I usually experience the feeling of joy, because I imagine myself being such a small kid, and also wanting to play every time. And he reminds me my childhood, and he is also nice, and that's why I like to work with him.
Okay, great. Alexandra Russo.
When I play with my partner, I feel joy and happiness. For me, the most valuable thing is to see his smile. For just satisfaction to me about giving back to my partner and to other people. It means a lot to me.
Okay, thank you so much, Alexandra. We are so excited that you are happy to be a part of the project, and you feel happiness and excitement and joy working with these kids. Okay, we have Safka, Alexandra.
When I play with my partner, I feel very happy and excited.
Okay, great. Valeria?
In our collaboration, I experience feelings of satisfaction, happiness, and pride of him. These feelings help me to feel more adapted to partner works and to make our works feels more free and comfortable in communication.
Great. And great. That's really great. You are doing a great job. Do you know that you are great people and you are contributing to making a change in our society. Okay, another activity. How often do you meet? Another question. How often do you meet? Daniel.
We generally meet once a week using Google Meet, and very convenient online platform which has a lot of functions, and it's comfortable for use.
Okay, great.
We're communicating and experiencing much fun.
Okay, thank you, great day. Safka, Alexandra, how often do you meet with your partner?
We meet every week.
Okay, do you meet online or in a face-to-face format?
We meet face-to-face.
Okay, great. Does your partner like face-to-face meetings?
Yes.
Okay. Valeria, how often do you meet with your partners?
As usually, you meet either at school or online. It depends on our school schedule. We always find the best time for every partner.
Okay, thank you so much. Alexandra Russo, how often do you meet with your partner?
Sometimes we meet when we have English lesson on during the break or in the library, but most often we meet after our classes when we have free time and can spend some time together.
Okay, great. What activities have you already implemented? Daniel.
We have already tried to learn, to help him learn English using different visual platforms for drawing. We were studying the topic of Halloween, and visual materials were very useful, and I think my partner has made great progress in studying English.
Okay, great. Then we don't forget that we really want to contribute to the well-being of the kids with special needs, but at the same time, we really want that they make a progress in their English, in their command of English. Alexandra Russo.
With my partner, I implemented many activities. Some of them are coloring different pictures, making a family tree, learning new words. Learning new words, watching some interesting cartoons which contain new vocabulary, playing games, talking, and sharing experience.
Okay, thank you so much. Safka, Alexandra.
We learned about fruits, colors, vegetables, school supplies, seasons, and after-school activities.
What is the topic that your partner liked most of all?
I think the colors.
Okay, Valeria, what are the topics that you have touched upon already?
I think greetings.
Okay, then you had, how old are your partners?
My partners, the boy are
Yes.
10 years old, but the girl are 15 years old.
Okay, great. What materials do you use, Daniel?
We use colored paper, carbon scissors, glue, and different sites, visual sites for drawing.
Okay, great. Alexandra, what materials have you already used? Alexandra Savka.
We use colored pencils, scissors, papers, and glue.
Okay, great. Valeria, have you used anything else?
We use different kind of materials: cardboard, plasticine, marks, and more.
Okay, Alexandra Russo.
Materials which we usually use are coloring books, color pens, color pencils, color paper, scissor, plasticine, glue, colored cardboard, puzzles, and stickers.
Okay, would you like to meet your partners oftener? That means now you are meeting the partners once a week. Would you like to meet the partners oftener than once a week? Valeria.
Yes, we would like to meet oftener. In order to collect the best memories of teaching and learning experience by service learning.
Okay, thank you so much. Alexandra, would you like to meet your partner oftener? Alexandra Savka.
Yes, of course, because we like to communicate and we feel very good together.
Okay, great. Danielle.
Yes, I would also like to meet oftener with my partner in order to establish a more intensive collaboration with him.
Okay, Alexandra Savka. Alexandra Russo, I'm sorry.
I would like to meet oftener because it is much more interesting to work together, taking part in this project. It gives us a chance to become better and to develop ourselves.
Okay, would you like to give pieces of advice to other people who are in double minds whether to become a volunteer or not to become a volunteer? Danielle.
I think it's better to become a volunteer because it's a rewarding activity. It's extremely useful because it develops our social skills and gives us a useful practical experience for our future life and career.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, Daniel, go on.
And in order to be successful, it is important to be extrovert.
Okay, thank you so much. Savka Alexandra. Make an advertisement for those who are in double minds, whether to become a volunteer or not.
I encourage everybody to volunteer because it's an amazing thing that makes everyone happy.
Okay, thank you so much, Alexandra. I really hope that there will be more and more volunteers that are going to work with kids with special needs. Valeria.
Volunteer for me the big step to help our society be more better.
Okay, thank you, Alexandra Russo.
I think that we need to be volunteers because it helps to understand which direction is closer to you. The experience gained from volunteering matters a lot and affects our development. And of course, it's good to help and make someone happy.
Okay, thank you so much. Dear audience, these kids are our volunteers, and we are so proud of them, and we are so thankful that we have such great kids. Thank you so much for being with us today. You are doing a great job, and I'm sure that you are going to make a change in the Republic of Moldova. Now, we are going to have our teachers back, and we would like that they give other teachers pieces of advice and recommendations of how to implement service learning in their educational institutions. Ladies, I don't know, pieces of advice, recommendations.
So please don't be afraid. Try such projects in your schools with your pupils, and with your special child, and you'll be rewarded by the end.
Okay, thank you so much.
Morally.
Okay, thank you. Elena.
My advice is to be flexible, first of all. Always continue developing to better yourself, and to try to use this concept learning in teaching process, because while working with our students, we continue to develop ourselves, both personally and professionally, in order to become better.
Okay, Valeria.
So I would like to advise to everybody really to start service learning in your professional way. If you love teaching, if you love children, if you love your job, of course, you must inspire your students to try volunteering. You must help them to avoid their fear of doing something new in their lives. You must encourage them in serving someone else in order to obtain a life they could ever dreamed of. So
okay, thank you so much. Very consistent. Michaela.
My advice is don't be afraid to make your community happy and good.
Okay, don't be afraid to make your community happy. Okay, contribute to the well-being of every single person. Then that was the discussion about, that's the beginning. Then we are going to have a number of episodes devoted to service learning and to the way service learning is being implemented in the northern part of Moldova and central part of Moldova. Don't forget that love can move mountains. It's physically impossible, but we are coming close to it. With this thing, I'm telling you goodbye, and thank you so much for following us. Please follow us on Facebook, because we are going to have another discussion with another community the next time. Bye, and thank you so much for being with us. See you at another episode of Breakfast Intellectual Bites. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.